It's 11:30 and still no rain, I'm pleased to report. And I've made it down to Huck Beach. It's not really the kind of weather for a dip in the sea today. You can imagine when it is a nice day and the temperatures are a little higher than they are today, that there's going to be a lot of people down here swimming, probably doing all kinds of water sports. That's not a bad little property. Nice big house. Okay, so I've seen beach 1. I'm on my way to beach 2 now, through a wooded trail. There's a sign. It's called Bygdøy. Half a kilometre, it says. Well, here I am. This is the second beach. And starting to rain a little heavier now. So I think I've made it just in time. It's a nice area actually. It's a bit of a forest with lots of trails for trekking and cycling, dog walking, jogging, lots of different routes. My next port of call is going to be the Viking Ship Museum. So I should just head indoors before the rain gets too heavy. Amazingly enough, there are some people out there swimming. Well, I've made it to the Viking Ship Museum and it's just starting to rain a little harder now. It only rained for 5 or 10 minutes beforehand, so it wasn't too bad, but I've got a feeling that the main part of the bad weather is going to start about now. Going to head inside the Viking Ship Museum and learn a little bit about the Vikings. Well, this is an authentic Viking ship built between 750 and 1000 AD and capable of travelling from Scandinavia to places like Canada, Iceland, Britain, along the waterways of Russia, the Mediterranean and many other places. Well, that was very interesting. I'm heading now to something called the Fram Museum, which is a museum dedicated to the ships that were used in the expedition of the Arctic. Ship ahoy! I'm now on board the Fram. It's pretty dark, you may not be able to see it all, but this is the main ship that was used to explore the polar regions, both the Arctic and the Antarctic, over the last 100 or so years. It's in pretty good condition. Looks like you can actually, I don't know if you can go down, I think you can go down and have a look inside the ship as well, which I plan to do. As I said, we can go inside the actual ship, which is where I'm heading now. Here we are. There's the engine room. I'm making my way through the various compartments. If I come around here quickly, right at the front of the ship now. Well, there we go. Pretty good museum, very interesting seeing such big, huge ships. I'm going to head to the next museum now, which is the Maritime Museum. Okay, well, I'm now in the Maritime Museum. It's a little bit lighter in here, so you hopefully can see a little bit more of what's around me. This is a dugout boat. It's about 2,500 years old, and it was made simply by taking a large tree and hollowing it out so that it could be used on lakes and rivers for the local population to fish. In this section we're looking at some of the Norwegian ships that have been built for cruise liners, including the Caribbean and the United States of America. In fact, there's one in action. I'm not sure if this is a mock-up or if it's just a decommissioned ship, but it's here at the museum. Well, this is a mock-up of a small Norwegian fishing boat. See what it's like in here. Not sure how much you can see. It's pretty tiny. There's the living quarters, the bunk beds. There's some chests down there for clothes and personal belongings. There's a table over here for eating. There's more bunk beds there with their own little curtains. Here's an exhibition of some really old ships, some of them over 1,000 years old. All of them used in Norway at some point in their history. This is another interesting section. It's all about lifeboats, going from 1891 right the way through to 2016 at the end there. Looks like there's some kind of show at the end here as well. Wow. This is a dinghy that's made for 50 people that the Norwegian Coast Guard intercepted off the coast of Greece. Contained 50 Syrian refugees. And the Norwegian Coast Guard are in the area providing expertise. Something they're very good at is obviously shipping and building boats, but also the Coast Guard is well respected for their ability and technology. Well, I didn't quite get to see all of the Maritime Museum because they closed at 5. As it was, I stayed in there till about 5:30 anyway, so I got a good viewing. Now got about 4 miles away from the hotel.